There are 4,218 PS2 games, and I'm beating every one of them. I've got to own the game because I'm playing everything on the original hardware, but I've beefed it up with a RetroTink 5X, some component cables, and more to come soon. Can I do this before I die of old age? I hope so. Shots Golf Fore, or Everybody's Golf Fore, released in Japan in 2003, North America in 2004, and in Europe in 2005. A step up from the third installment in terms of mechanics and features, it also marks the return of guest characters from other PS2 games. It received favorable reviews, ending in an 80 on Metacritic. Can I beat this wacky golf game? Hot Shots Golf 4 is very similar to Hot Shots Golf 3, a game I've already played before, and so this video will be a little bit shorter, mostly because I've already explained how the golf game works in general in the number 3 video, so if you'd like to see that, you can check that out. And it even contains some of the same characters. There are plenty of new characters and even some cool hidden characters. The big difference in this one is that this game can actually be finished by unlocking characters, because once you beat the last character that the game says is the last character, you get credits. And in number 3, you're supposed to play the tournament mode, which is not unlocking characters, it's just playing in tournaments. So this journey that I'll talk about is much shorter, and in fact I'll probably just do an overview, that way I can save some time, because this game was mostly the same in between each of the characters that I fought, except for the fact that those characters are a little different, such as I fought a dog, this tiny little dog. I fought a guy from Organization 13 in Kingdom Hearts. I don't know why he's here, but he's here to play some golf. I also play against this ultra nerd dude, and also this woman who's a ninja. I don't know why she's a ninja when she's playing golf, but she loves golf. Now, I approach this much like I did the last game, where I try to pick the same course over and over so that I can get used to how each of the holes play, and this makes it easier to be consistent over time, especially against the characters that get really hard near the end of the game. There is another slight difference, and I actually like this difference. In Hot Shots Golf 3, you played 18 holes against a character, and you still had the 4 up, 4 down rule, where if you are 4 points up and they're 4 points down, you automatically win, like a mercy rule. But at 18 holes, if you guys stay even for most of them, you're gonna play all 18 holes to the very end and then hope you can win that last hole. In this game, you only play 9 holes, which is much, much simpler. It cuts it in half. It just takes so long to play 18 holes when you guys are going even over and over. It is still possible to reach the 9 holes and be even and then go into overtime, which I did, maybe 4 to 5 to 6 holes overtime where we kept going even over and over. But that's very rare, and usually you either win or lose instead of just going even over and over. Now, this did take me around 12 hours to actually complete, and the length of time really comes down to the fact that you're still playing golf, and a lot of it takes time. You need to hit the ball from the tee, in the fairway, out of the rough, on the putting green, and you have to fight some of these characters more than once if you lose, which means that you're gonna have to play upwards of 9 holes several times in a row for a character, or even just once, and that takes a little while. And if you aren't getting 4 up immediately, like the first 4 holes, it'll take some time. There are only a few characters I must repeat battles against, and one of them is the last character technically on the list, although he's not the last one I fight. He's that Organization 13 member that he's got this hood on and this like shrouded face. He is very, very good, and it takes me well over an hour and a half to actually beat him. I have to play him a couple times, I have to change characters, change my clubs and ball a little bit so that I can get just the perfect right amount of control over the ball, because he is just so accurate and so consistent on every hole. So you must take advantage of every time he messes up, and it's super rare he messes up. Now, during my exploits here in Hot Shots Golf 4, someone named Tyler came in to explain to me a couple cool aspects of the game that I was missing, things I just didn't look up myself in the instruction manual in the game, and he was teaching me how to like make sure I was hitting the ball correctly with spin, topspin, backspin, what to do exactly, and then he taught me about skull shots, and that's why I have that on the thumbnail, these special skull shots. They're very, very specific, but they're really fun to pull off, and for hours, maybe 4 or 5 hours, I do nothing but do the skull shots because I was getting them so consistently. So if you look at the bottom of the shot screen here, you can see this pink line. This is where it tells you how you're going to impact the ball. The more prominent color of pink is where you want to hit most often, and that's kind of the impact zone here anyway at the very end of the bar. When you're coming back from choosing your power of the hit, you come back and you need to hit this part so that you impact the ball just right. Obviously, the better impact you have, the more control you have, because you're hitting the ball in the right spot. However, if you go to one of the extreme ends of the pink bar, say the left or the right side, either one, doesn't matter, and you hit just in that spot, which is just big enough for the little selector coming back to hit. If you hit the right spot, you will get a skull shot. It's practically just a perfect shot, and you have to hit it exactly. If you miss at all, you are screwed. If you miss the normal impact zone, usually you can be okay. Sometimes some of the impact zones are very small, but this one is 100% accurate or you screw up. And I mean you screw up bad. I think the skull shot is really just the effect it has on the ball, which is like this cool rainbow confetti effect that just follows the ball down its trajectory, which is really cool looking. And the fact that you've just pulled off an incredibly difficult shot to make, which is kind of fun. It's like an extra challenge on top of things. I mean, on top of the fact that some of these golfers are perfect, hitting their shots every single time, chipping it in from like 100 yards away and just screwing you over in every aspect. But no, add on top of it the fact that you want to go for skull shots, and it's a little difficult. And that's why I stopped doing the skull shots at the end of the game, because I wasn't as consistent as the best players. So I had to give it up and go for the regular impact spot. Now, I did not unlock the special characters, and this is something that I would like to come back to one day and do a couple extra streams where I unlock Jak and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank. Those are secret characters in this game. I didn't do it here because I hit credits and I needed to move on. But when I start to do some flashback content where I ask people what they want to see, you can vote for it and see me play some more and get these characters unlocked, and then even go through some tournament modes, unlock some new caddies, new clubs and golf balls, and I'll be back to do that stuff. But for right now, I end it here. In fact, we'll end the video here as well. I hit credits after I beat Zero, the last dude, the organization member, and with that, game number 78 is beaten. And it was absolutely a fantastic golf game. I recommend both 3 and 4 for fun experiences playing golf. Sadly, number 3 does not have these super special secret characters you can unlock. It just kind of sucks. But if you want to play one where you can play some other PlayStation 2 characters, then this is the game to play. You'll get Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter. Daxter and Clank are your caddies, and Jak and Ratchet are the actual golfers. But you get those guys and you can have them play along with you, and I believe they are voiced by their original voice actors, maybe? So thank you so much for anyone who watched this video. I know it's short, but there isn't as much to report on. It would just be me saying I did well here, I did bad here, I did well here, I did bad here. It was mostly just playing golf, which is a fun experience, but I didn't want it to last too long. So thank you for watching. Thank you so much for anyone who's watched this far in the video. Thank you for everyone in the stream who came to watch and help me through the golf game, especially Tyler, who told me about skull shots. And thank you everyone who is a membership for YouTube, Patreon, and Twitch. Dr. recently gave 20 gifted subscriptions to my YouTube channel, and so there's a ton of extra members for this month. So thank you so much. That was super kind of you, and I let everyone on that list choose a requested game, because if you donate or do a membership, you get to request a game, regardless of how much it is or how much you've donated. I will pretty much just take any request, except for maybe the $800 games. So thank you everyone. I will be back for game number 79 soon. Later.